Hello and welcome everyone. Myself Mijanur Rahaman. In the previous videos, we have already discussed about the anterior pituitary and their releasing hormones. In today's video, we will discuss about the posterior pituitary or neurohypophysis. Now, the parts of posterior pituitary or neurohypophysis. Posterior pituitary is consist of three parts. One is pars nervosa, one is neural stalk, and one is median eminence. So, pars nervosa or infundibular process, neural stalk or infundibular stem, and median eminence. Pars tuberalis of anterior pituitary and the neural stalk of the posterior pituitary together form the hypophyseal stalk. So, which two constituent particles make hypophyseal stalk? The pars tuberalis of anterior pituitary and the neural stalk or the infundibular stem of the posterior pituitary together form the hypophyseal stalk. Now, histology. Posterior pituitary is made up of neural type of cells called pituocytes and unmyelinated nerve fibers. Pituocytes are the fusiform cells derived from glial cells. These cells have several processes and brown pigment granules. Pituocytes act as supporting cells and do not secrete any hormone. So, what is pituocytes? Pituocytes are the fusiform cells which are derived from the glial cells, and these cells have several processes and big brown pigment granules upon them, and these are supporting cells and they do not secrete any hormone. They are just for support. Now, unmyelinated nerve fibers. Unmyelinated nerve fibers come from supraoptic and paraventricular nuclei of the hypothalamus through the pituitary stalk. Other structure. Posterior pituitary also have numerous blood vessels, hyaline bodies, neuroglial cells, and mast cells. Now, hormones of posterior pituitary. Posterior pituitary hormones are antidiuretic hormone or ADH and vasopressin. And number two is oxytocin. So, what are those two hormones present in posterior pituitary? These are ADH or antidiuretic hormone and oxytocin. Now, sources of secretion of posterior pituitary hormones. Actually, the posterior pituitary does not secrete any hormone. ADH and oxytocin are synthesized in the hypothalamus. From hypothalamus, these two hormones are transported to the posterior pituitary through the nerve fibers called hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract by means of axonic flow. So, what happens there? Actually, posterior pituitary does not responsible for secreting any hormone. ADH and oxytocin are synthesized in the hypothalamus. From hypothalamus, these two hormones are transported to the posterior pituitary through the nerve fibers called hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract and by means of axonic flow. Now, proteins involved in the transport of these hormones are called neurohypophysis. In the posterior pituitary, these hormones are stored in the nerve endings. Whenever the impulse from the hypothalamus reaches the posterior pituitary, these hormones are released from the nerve endings into the circulation. Hence, these two hormones are called neurohormones. Now, what are the evidences that these hormones are prepared in hypothalamus and secreted by posterior pituitary? So, some proof are first of all experimental evidences. Secretion of posterior pituitary hormones in hypothalamus and their transport to posterior pituitary are proved by experimental evidences. When the pituitary stalk is cut above the pituitary gland, by leaving the entire hypothalamus intact, the hormonal drip through the cut end of the nerves in the pituitary stalk, and this proves the fact that the hormones are secreted by hypothalamus. Next, neurophysis. Neurophysis are the binding proteins which transport ADH and oxytocin from hypothalamus to posterior pituitary via hypothalamo-hypophyseal tract and storage of these hormones in posterior pituitary. Now, neurophysin 1 or oxytocin neurophysin is the binding protein for oxytocin, and neurophysin 2 or ADH neurophysin is the binding protein for ADH. So, there are two neurophysin. Neurophysin 1 is for oxytocin and neurophysin 2 for ADH. Now in the diagram you can see that there is supraoptic nucleus and paraventricular nucleus, and in the hypothalamus part optic chiasma and mammillary body. Then the part of the posterior pituitary comes median eminence, posterior pituitary, and the cords also, and hypothalamo hypophyseal tracts. You can see also this also drawn in the diagram. So today we have discussed about the general concept of posterior pituitary. In the next videos we will discuss about the secreted hormones by the posterior pituitary. So thank you for watching. Do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.